Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and we're back for some more of the Final Fantasy X Let's Play. And if you didn't miss out during the last one, well, we went and battled out with Ishiru in his Pokemon battle that was going on from there. And after that, we went and hanged out with Tisa's group, and we decided to battle with Evere Altana. And Evere Altana, we went and decided to do the easier method. That was just by using the couple of Phoenix Downs and getting the overkill that we do need. And now we have a little bit more extra black magic spheres from those set of war that was going on once we were all said and done with that said creature battle from there. But now what's going to happen here is that we do have just one more other boss battle to go for until we start reaching back over to Macalina Woods, and that of course is going to have to be with Maester Seymour and his other form that's going to happen. That form is actually going to be known as Seymour Natus, I think, at this point in time. Now his battle can be a little bit frustrating, but we'll go through the battle together and I'll show you how I went within my own guide to show you guys exactly how we were able to go defeat off with Seymour Natus this way. Now you guys may probably have other different type of other tips and tricks of how to battle out with Seymour, and I don't mind if you guys want to go and talk about that as well too, but we'll go through the said battle once that actually does happen here. But within the two videos for today, not only are we just going to be doing out here with Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door, but of course we are going to do some more of what Glitzville is going to be. We're going to do the different other wrestling matches that are going to have to be there as well, because we are going to have to head on down through the ranks. We should at least be able to reach up where the Yoshi egg is going to be happening, and I do want to go and choose up my Yoshi color, which that is going to have to be with the orange one. I know that I went previously before with the black, and I think there was also a silver color as well. I think that was like the last type of color that you could go and get for that Yoshi, and both of them are really cool type of colors, but instead I'm gonna go for orange because I never really went for that one yet.
So you see, if all life were to end in Spira, all suffering would end.
And around over here at some point, Kimahri is going to have to go and try to defend around for the Guardians that are going to be here. And we're going to have to unfortunately ditch Kimahri for a little bit, but not to worry. We will have to go and return back to this type of corridor at some point, but we're going to have to face off with quite a bit of different enemies within our way. Now, those sudden enemy battles, I'm going to go and edit out them because you guys have already seen those guys from before. We see like those type of like javelin or like mortar type of like flying enemies that we seen during the last time when we first arrived into Bevelle. And then I think there's also those type of kicking enemies as well too. The ones that like to go and use the thrust kick to actually at least send out one of your members away from the actual said battle. Which they're going to be making their return back over here too. Which they're not really fun enemies to go and fight with. But since I've been doing a little bit of some off-record grinding and other things, I'm pretty sure we should be able to knock them out much faster than the last time. So I guess this Seymour is going to be getting all the different souls from all these guys here, and now he's going to be able to transform into his next type of form here. Now, with the way of how his transformation is going to be with this Natus form, it kind of looks almost a little bit in a way of like how Necron was in Final Fantasy IX. But if instead of it being like a more blue and white type of color, this is like more so like an indigo type of color instead. Which does look really cool. So it seems like over time he's going to get into more of his badass forms every time.
Run! Protect you!
But should we go and just stay and hopefully try to help out with you too, Kimahri?
No way! I'm fighting!
We're all Guardians here.
I said go!
I did go and check out the Borderlands movie. I know that just happened like a little bit of a while ago. And I know that from what I've been hearing is that a lot of people don't really like Borderlands, the movie, all that too much. I've actually watched like halfway throughout the movie so far. And I have to say it was actually somewhat pretty good. Like for me personally. Like I had at least some little references within the game of the first Borderlands.
And you know what that means?
But again, like any type of movie that always happens, that's always like a video game trope type of movie, sometimes always has a hit or a miss, right? Or even kind of like some of the superhero movies as well. I don't know if you guys ever heard, but apparently there's one type of, I think Constantine, what's it? I think he's DC, I think? Or Marvel? I can't really remember exactly, but I know that Constantine is coming back. I know that he's coming back for a second movie, which I know that Keanu Reeves always wanted to have a second movie of that, but that should be really cool. I was thinking about actually going and rewatching that movie at some point, but here we go. This is the hallway corridor area, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of some different fights. But before we actually go and worry about that said fight, well, if you guys do remember, we went about out with Ishiru the last time, so we got some extra more other bits of some levels from here. So we're gonna actually go and get our reflect that we do need, because that is going to be a very, very important thing that we're going to need for when we go about with Seymour Natus out here. And we're going to have to go and do a little bit of some changing of some formations. And of course, you can't forget about Owaka. So if you ever do want to go and talk to him, get some extra items, you can go ahead and do that too. It's always nice to have like somebody for a shop before you go and take on a said boss, which I know that we've seen that happen before. We went and battled out with every Altana and that treasure chest thing that was going on. So yep, here we go. Let the battle commence, and there's gonna be some different things to go and do. Okay, so first things first, what we're gonna go and set up with is that we're gonna go for a provoke, and just make sure that you do not change Titus around within this said battle, because if you go and change out with him immediately from setting up with that provoke, it's not gonna really stay there for too long. So we're gonna have the provoke, and then we're also gonna go and set up for reflect, and we're gonna go and give that right on over to Titus there. And it seems like majority of the time it's gonna happen is that it looks like Seymour's going to keep on hitting Titus for the time being. And that's going to be pretty nice, because like at least what will happen is that we'll reflect back and then it will hit Seymour right there. Now unfortunately, some of our other group of members that are going to be here are going to have to at least take some bit of the damage, but it's not going to do like as much. Now there is some talking points that you can go and do. I believe you can actually go and do one for Yuna and one for Orin, and also for Titus as well. I totally forgot about doing the Titus talking part, so that I can actually get a boost of some stat increase, but that's alright. So got our stat increase from that. I could have probably went and did it for Titus over here, but it's alright. But now all that we're going to have to worry about is just keep on hitting that arm right there. Now, mind you, even though that we're going to be hitting his arm, he is going to be recovering out with health over time. But the good thing is that with that arm, and he keeps on healing it, every so often that we keep on attacking it, it's going to be lowering down the HP of how many times that he's going to be able to re-heal. And I think the max only stops, I think, around the 1,000, I think, around there. Now he's going to set up for Multi-Thundra, so now that's going to be able to hit him back. Now there is a way where you can actually set up reflect on Seymour if you wanted to do that, and then that actually kind of bounces off the actual said healing method from him. You could also work around with that as well too. And then after a little bit of some battling here, I'm going to go and set up for all of our overdrives. So I'm going to go and give one over to our way out here for Orin. And let's see how much this is going to do. It should at least be able to do enough damage there. There we go. Got all the way up to 4,000. And let's see what else could go on from here. We're going to just do another attack mode. Nothing. Yeah, here comes out with that multi-absorption thing. So now he's only just going to be just getting all the way up to 1,000 at this point. And I think with that should actually be able to just knock him out. So mainly what I had to kind of go and do throughout this whole entire battle was just making sure that Seymour goes and hits himself while he goes and decides to use those moves so that we can bounce off and get that reflect off there. Now, if you ever do get the overkill, you will actually get more of those level 2 key spheres, but instead we only just got the 2 that we do need.
We escaped with our skins intact, but Yuna lost something.
What did she lose?
I could already tell.
I guess we'll probably have to find that out for next time.
Yevon had betrayed
but
her.
Now what is going to happen here is that we are now completely done with Via Purifico, and we're all the way back over here to our way of what is happening right now within the Macalena Woods. We made a return over this way. And I think with that being said in mind, since it is going to be the outro here of our way of Final Fantasy X, I'm just going to go and just say is thank you guys so much for watching. For the next one, we'll just try to see what happens later on within this main story, and try to get on out of Macalena Woods if that's what's going to be the case here. But anyway, see you guys then, and of course, peace.